Hey everybody, in today's video I want to share with you a concept that I've used for many years, and a client just told me they'd never heard it before. So I wanted to share this with you, especially when there are people pointing their fingers at you saying, you didn't do this right, this needs you, this, you, that. And what happens with that energy of you did not do this right, you did not do this right, you are beeping your horn and making noise, and it's your fault, right? You. So I want you to look at my fingers when I say you, and it's your fault and yours and you did this to me, you failed to do this, right? Look at my fingers. There's one pointing, but how many fingers pointing back? Those three fingers pointing back at the person, could be you. That should tell you something right there. And knowing that or understanding this piece, knowing it is one thing. You can know that, oh yeah, when somebody points their finger, they're really pointing three fingers back at themselves. But now let's understand this and unpack it just a little bit. So what happens when someone says, we will take a relationship? Not mine personally, but from hearing about some relationships, and wife says, you cheating such and such and such and such. You ruined me. You did this to me, right? And someone sane observing this would see that energy of three fingers pointing back. And they would know that energy of blame, shaming. There's three fingers pointing back that are not being addressed. Now, that's a pretty hefty example, and somebody would have to be in a personal responsibility and taking that to even recognize that. Someone exterior, a counselor, coach, someone who's been around doing this for 30 years can see it pretty clearly. Can they see it for themselves? Well, that takes practice, and it takes responsibility, and it takes wanting to change. So for me, when I see, and this is rare for me, except when I'm telling my clients, then I look, do I need to do this? Because oftentimes those three fingers are pointing back. So let's see. You need to stop eating that ice cream for bringing that ice cream home to your kiddos with the ice cream cones. Yeah, for sure. There's three fingers pointing back at me. Okay. So understanding this at a little deeper level, at the level of a business owner. Because a business owner has multiple hats that they are wearing, oftentimes, well, most of the time, the buck stops with the business owner. And oftentimes it's really challenging because there are a lot of fingers pointing at you. You did this, you failed to do this, you didn't get this on time, you made my time shorter, you did, right? So instead of it being like this energy flowing in, can you freeze frame that image for a moment and just utilize a skill that is really important? It's a fundamental that I teach in all of my programs and all of the work that I do. And that is, it's that mental piece. It's the high performance mental piece. Just as much as we train our body, we need to train our mind and our mental energy. And that requires being able to expand energy to even a millisecond to create a gap between that stimulus and response. You did this, and it immediately becomes, oftentimes it triggers a defense, a resistance. It invokes things that don't allow you to make a decision that is best for you, for the company, for the whole, right? And so as a business owner, could you use this concept of the three fingers pointing back? Whether that's you pointing at, you didn't do this right, check and see. Is there something in this that I need to take responsibility for? Is there some room for me to grow here? And then the same thing when it's pointing fingers at you. Could you look at it from that perspective where, okay, there's some things there, not from blame, but from really taking responsibility, because that's a powerhouse leader. If you want more like this, make sure you subscribe at yogilachi.com. Bye for now.